Welcome to the next part of the series. So in this step, we are going to embed the vectors and store them in the vector store. So basically, we are going to convert the text into the vectors. We are going to create the Hugging Face embeddings. For that, visit the Hugging Face website. Here under the settings, you will see something like access tokens. So create here a new access token. Maybe let's put the name as test. So change the token type to read, and then just click on Create Token. Once your token is created, go back to your code. And in the code under the .env file, here, paste your Hugging Face token. Now, begin the coding. Import operating system. From .environment, import load.environment. And then we are going to initialize this. So if you haven't installed the library for this, as per the requirements file. So in the requirements file, we have already installed that. If you haven't, then you can do something like pip install python.environment. We are going to use this library to call the file, which is present here, and then access those API keys into our code environment here. Now, let's get the Hugging Face token from the .environment file to our environment variable. So now, let's get the Hugging Face token from our .env file. Into our environment variable. Now go to the terminal and install sentence transformers. So we will be needing this for our embedding technique. Make sure that it's in the virtual environment that we have created. Okay, so once that is done, we need to install another library, which is LangChain Hugging Face. So now, start writing the code. So we can write LangChain. Hugging Face. Import. Hugging Face embeddings. And then in the let's give variable name as my embeddings. And now in the Hugging Face embeddings, let's give a model. So if we go to the Hugging Face website here, under the sentence transformers, we have different models. I'm gonna use this one, the most popular one here. So this has executed successfully. So now, we are going to store the vectors into the vector database. If you recall from the previous videos, we did loaded the text file, and then after the ingestion of the text file data, we created the text splitter, and we splitted that text file into separate documents. So now, in this we are gonna create the vectors out of these documents, and then store that into the database. Vector database here. So that install the Chroman TV here. Start writing the code. So let's type something. Ike from LangChain community. Vector stories import. Chroma. And then, let's say in our database, like sample database. And then let's do something like chroma.from documents. So, as we have seen when we splitted the documents, so those split documents were stored in the variable vr2 here. So in the from documents we are gonna specify that variable which has the splitted documents and the model. So this is where the all embeddings are stored. So we are gonna specify my embeddings. So that's where we are specifying the model name, basically. And now let's print the variable. And as you can see, that all those vectors are stored at this particular memory location.